I was wondering if you could talk about any of the challenges you had from roles, transitioning to roles from Kick-Ass to as far back as Amityville Horror to this new role, Let Me In.
Well, I like to try and choose very diverse roles from what I've done before. And I definitely say that just between Kick-Ass and Let Me In, I'd say that Hit Girl compared to Abby are actually very similar in a kind of twisted way. They're both very, very, very strong girls. One, of course, is, you know, about 200 years older than the other, but they're both very strong and they know what they want and they're very mature, and I don't know, you know, I just try and choose very diverse roles, and I like getting very involved in, you know, trying to figure out the backstory about my characters, like, for instance, Abby. Me and Matt came up with this whole crazy, twisted plot line.
You know, one of the things that Steven Spielberg, also the other tip that he gave, when I first was trying to do the movie, I had never actually worked with young actors before to the degree that we would be doing in this film. So JJ had said to me, hey, you know, Spielberg loved Cloverfield, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then when I was doing this, I was like, you know, JJ, do you think you could ask Steven Spielberg if I could talk to him about working with kids? Because he'd made so many films that affected me in my childhood that were centered around kids. E.T. was just a film that affected me deeply, and Steven Spielberg was very, very generous, and one of the tips he gave me was, he said, you know, one thing I love to do, first of all, let them come up with stuff that makes you choose what you're going to do, because they are 12, and one of the things he told me was, have them keep a journal in character, and that's one of the things that we did actually, and so Chloe and Cody would write from the point of view of their character. The only condition was they could write anything they wanted, but the only condition was that they had to share it with me. And so that's one of the things that we did at the beginning of this. And I found out actually that's one of the things that Cody likes to do when he's preparing for a character. So that was, but we did have all those backstories she's talking about.
Do you use any material from the novel to elaborate on Ellie's gender ambiguity or her past?
No, not really. I mean, the thing about it is, like I was saying earlier, if you were to adapt the novel in its full complexity, I mean, you know, also not only her gender identity, but also like Hakan's full character and all of the very, very dark and amazingly twisted but beautiful stuff about his character, it would be, first of all, it would be a different movie. But in the case of this, I felt that detail, when I saw the original film and the moment that you're talking about occurs, I interpreted it my own way. I thought, oh, this is a coming-of-age moment, and he's fascinated with her sexuality. I didn't quite read for me what that was. And I talked to a lot of people who had that sort of similar reaction, and it was only upon reading the book that I got that additional richness that came from what's in the book. And in adapting it, one of the things that I just didn't want to include that particular moment, but I also haven't included anything in the film, other than not including that shot, that says that interpretation for people who are loving that in the book, the film could still be interpreted that way. You have the moment where Cody's watching her, you don't know exactly what she sees, it doesn't conflict with that interpretation, but it's not something that we did. I didn't even know that was something we necessarily could get in the film because of the graphic nature of it.
Well, I want to thank the cast of Let Me In for joining us today. Chloe Moretz, Richard Jenkins, Cody Smit-McPhee. And I want to thank the writer-director Matt Reeves for bringing you the clips today, and Overture Films and Hammer Films. This will be in theaters October 1st. Thank you guys for coming.
Once again, for Me In. Once again, for Let Me In, give a round of applause.